it's your girl, it's your baby girl. How y'all doing? Hope y'all doing good. My name is Lux Miss Say, for those who don't know me. And for those who know me, you know me, your girl Ohima back in the building. But today, we are doing we are doing a video. But today, we are having a little girl talk. And as we're having a little girl talk, I'm going to be getting ready for y'all on camera. Cause I just want to talk like I'm gonna do this. How y'all be at home, be on the phone with y'all best friends, cause y'all my best friends, of course. So I wanna start talking to y'all. Well, y'all already know this, so I'm getting into talking to y'all. So we here now. Hair details. I just did a tutorial on this hair. Just check in the description box below. The link is right in there if you would like to get this too. I did it myself. Yes, I did. But that's not why we're here. Okay, we're here to talk about a few things. Okay, but let me get on my stuff ready, because we gotta get cute while we're having this conversation, right? All right, so without wasting any more of your time, let's get into the talking. Let's get into the gossip. Let's get into what's good. All right, and before we go any further, I would like to say that this video is sponsored by Mauve the brand. So most of the products that I'll be using, and I'll be showing you guys when I'm using a Mauve the brand product. So y'all be sure to check out the website. It's my website, so yeah, I am giving myself a brand deal. Fight me. Fight me. All right, y'all just need to go and click on our website and buy your little something and support your little girlfriend, okay? All right, well, let's get into it right now. All right. So hey y'all, how y'all doing? I am doing fantastic, all right? And that's the reason why I'm even here doing this with y'all. So today, I wanted to talk about a few things, just talk about things that we kind of deal with on a daily basis. Almost everybody deals with this. Not really like on a daily basis, but it's like everybody deals with stuff like that. And not a lot of us get to talk about them. And sometimes not a lot of us get advice on those things. And today's topic is how to get over a breakup. How to get over a nasty ass breakup, and how to forgive. Because that's a big part of getting over a breakup. A lot of people don't even realize that this hair is in my way. I gotta get it out my way. Okay, hair is out of my way. So, my first tip as we're starting this video off, my first tip when it comes to moving on from a bad breakup is forgiveness. That is the first step. That is definitely the first step, because you can't really move on from a pain that you haven't forgiven. You get what I'm saying? Okay, so we're gonna start with the romantic breakup at first before we get into the friendship breakups. Say who you thought that person was isn't who they are for real, and they've done things to kind of to put you in a bad space mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And a lot of the times, and I struggle with this. I do struggle with this. A lot of the times I think my first thing is nobody is perfect, even though I'm the one that's in the hurt, I'm always going to think, the first thing I'm always going to tell myself is nobody is perfect. And that mentality is great to have. It's great to have once you have the discernment of who. Oh, chair. What I was saying that's a great mentality to have, but once you have the discernment of who is worthy of that, who is worthy of that mentality, who is worthy of that mercy, because it's mercy. Once you put yourself in that mindset saying that nobody is perfect, honey, that's mercy. I call that already, you're already having mercy on the person. Regardless of what they just put you through, you're still looking at them as a human. And I feel like a lot of people like that, actually. It's kind of a thin line between having that mentality and not having that mentality, because we can all agree that having that mentality can cost you a lot of hurt, and you can also give people more chances than they actually deserve. But now it only becomes a problem when you're not true to yourself, because you're giving people more than one chances to hurt you again. And now the only reason why it becomes a bad thing is because once they let you down again, you're blaming them again. You have to be true to yourself. When I say you have to be true to yourself, I mean when you have to accept that that's the type of person you are. And when you do those gestures, like when you do gestures of like giving people mercy and things like that, don't do it at the cost of them never fucking you over again, because people are people and they will fuck you over again, honey. Yes, they will. It all starts there. You always have to, like, if you do decide, because I'm only gonna speak for me, I am that person. I am that girl that will give you a million chances. And at first, it used to hurt so bad, because I used to be like, damn, I just let you in just for you to do the same thing again. And then I'll get frustrated. But the only reason why I'm frustrated at myself. I'm not frustrated at you. I'm frustrated at myself because I expected from you. You understand? Expectations. Expectations make a difference. Like, having expectations and not having expectations can make such a difference in your life. Like, you guys don't even understand. Once you take away expectations, people can do as they please and you will not be fazed. Why will you not be fazed? Because naturally that's who you are. You accept that that's your persona. You're a forgiving person and that's it. So you shouldn't suffer from being a forgiving person. You should not suffer from that. Like, so if your man done did you wrong, okay, if your man done did you wrong and you like, okay, first strike, because like I said, I can only speak for me, the type of person that I am. That is the type of person that I am. I don't believe in cutting people off on the first strike. I don't. And many times in life, it cost me. And the only reason why it cost me is because I had expectations, I had expectations from giving people chances again. And it hurt me. Y'all, excuse me. This palette won't... While we're even on the palette, yes, this is the palette I'm using today. It's more of the brand. Yes, and these are kind of different colors I have in here. I'm kind of product testing right now. I haven't actually released this, but if you guys like what you see, let me know in the comments below. Like, I would definitely, because I'm working on releasing this. Well, I'm on launching this on the website, but today we're going to play with the colors and see how the colors do. I've used them before and the pigmentation is given. But yes, back to what I was saying, it just only becomes a burden when you have expectations of these people, because you made the choice. I know you see this, right? Like, this palette is giving, honey. And don't judge me. I ain't no makeup guru. I don't know how to do makeup. As I'm becoming as I own a cosmetic line, which is definitely more than that, but right now it's a cosmetic line. I gotta get into like learning how to do makeup. So y'all will be experiencing this firsthand. Y'all will see my makeup grow firsthand. But yeah, so you gotta learn yourself first, girl. You gotta learn yourself. You gotta know who you are and like what you can take and what you can't take, And as far as me, I've learned that that's the type of person that I am. And the thing that has helped me cope with people that take advantage of their second chances is telling myself that it's okay. I actually expected you to fuck me over again, So, but that's it for me. That leads us into tip number 2, where when it comes to forgiving a person and they mess with you again the second time, that's where I draw the line. Because I believe that people make mistakes, but once that mistake is repeated, it becomes a behavior. That's how I see things. As far as like my personal relationship, like with my man or whatever, if he did something I don't like, I'm gonna let you slide the first time, because I'm gonna say, you know, I'm telling myself that nobody's perfect. Me personally too, you know, I will want to be forgiven for a mistake, because it was a mistake. But once the mistake is repeated, it becomes a behavior. So that's where I draw the line. That's personally where I draw the line, because what we're not gonna do is sit here and argue about the same thing over and over again. We're not gonna do that. Oh, you messed up once, I let you slide. But if you mess up on the same thing again, that's when you gotta go. Now, there are some people out there that will, you know, forgive past the second try. And I'm gonna say kudos to y'all. Y'all a strong individual. I don't know how you even do it. I don't know how you do it. But I understand. You get me? I understand that some people have the ability to be patient. Because we're not gonna lie, like, this world, people need patience, people need sympathy, people need people to be patient with them. But it's not at the cost of your peace. You get me? That's what I want everybody to understand. Like, if you're going to forgive somebody, make sure it's not at the cost of your peace. You always got to make sure that you're good, you're happy with the decision you made, and it's getting better. Things are improving with that person, you know? Because, yo, ain't no worse than going through the same issue over and over again. Like, say if your man cheating on you, and then he cheat again, and then he cheat again, and then he cheat again, and then he cheat again. Girl, you know you don't got no peace. You know you're not living in peace. So that's literally what I mean, you know? The first try, cool, because there's still possibility for some peace when it comes to the first strike. There's still a possibility for some damage control, you know? Did say that let's start with the romantic aspect of, you know, the conversation, but that really goes for anybody. It goes for your friends, it goes for anybody, not just the person you're romantically involved with. It goes for everybody. But the thing about it is, some people will say things like, oh, I forgive but didn't forget. And a lot of the time, I feel a few ways about that statement, because it's like, if you did forgive somebody, then that means you're forgetting what they did. Yeah, so a lot of the times you can forgive somebody and still choose to not have them around. I personally feel, for the person that I am, once I don't want you around, I am not forgiving you. I choose to not forgive you, because I say that forgiveness is giving somebody another chance. That's literally what forgiveness is to me. Now, that's not to say that if you're not giving them a chance, then you just angry with them all the time. That's not true, you know? But I said, for me, a person like me, once I cut you off, it's over with. I'm not even trying to hear, ooh, look at me trying to do a little, yeah, I know y'all see this, yeah, that bitch, yeah, that's me. I look so crazy right now. Somebody like me, forgiveness means giving the person another chance, because once I don't give you another chance, I am choosing to not forgive you. And it has been instances where, you know, I had to cut somebody off and I forgave them, but personally, I'm cutting you off because I can't get past what you did. You get what I'm saying? I can't get past what you did. So although I'm not angry anymore, me cutting you off is me telling you that I am not forgiving you. I don't want you around anymore, you know. That's kind of what it means to me. And like I said, that goes for anybody. That goes for a friend, a boyfriend, and even some family members. I mean, we can get into how family members can be very toxic, like very, very toxic. So, and yeah, and a lot of time, not everybody is bad, man. That's what I say. Like, I am just, maybe some people call it a naive mentality, but people are people, and I see people as people. Like, I literally have no expectations from anybody. And we really have to speak on the topic of expectations, because expectations is what gets people effed up all the times. Y'all be having these high expectations on others, and then when they don't reach those expectations, they all of a sudden aren't the person you thought they were. And you're forgetting that people are human. And I'm telling you this because I've actually experienced this. As far as a friendship wise. And me and her are still friends today, love her to death. But we had a trying time where, once me and her spoke about it, she told me, she was like, once we had an issue, I'm not going to tell y'all what the issue is, but once we spoke about it, she said, you want to know something, Lex? The whole issue was that I had higher expectations for you as a friend. So, long story short, I let a friend down. And, of course, it wasn't intentional. It wasn't an intentional way of, letting my friend down. I just made some moves that, for me personally wouldn't have bothered me. But for the person that she is, it wasn't something that, she could stomach. So once we spoke about it, she told me, she was like, oh yeah. She's like, honestly speaking, the whole issue was that, I had higher expectations for you as a friend, I and stuff. And I just kind of like, I was like, damn, like, so you saying that you got to lower your expectations? But in that moment, I understood that the reason why she was hurt is because of her high expectations. Because if I do explain what happened, it wasn't really something of a caliber where, like, I didn't betray her or anything. It was, she wanted me to do something and I didn't do it like she asked me to do it. You get what I'm saying? So that's what it was. So that's when she explained to me. She was just like, yeah, she's like, honestly speaking, I just realized I just had really high expectations for you, and I had to realize that people are people. And I took that. I was like, oh, that could be offensive, but it's like, it's we're being real here. We're being friends. We're having a post-argument conversation. So you gotta be able to take all that when your friends are telling you, because I'm big on that. I'm big on expressing how I feel with my friends, and I'm big on considering what they have to say. I am very, very big on that. So when she explained that to me, oh my God, I look the F good. So that's simply me saying, sometimes your expectations would have you fucked up about, a person, where you have so much higher expectations for them and they don't meet the expectations, and now you feel that you've been let down. So that's when the humanitarian, I don't even know the word. That's where the human comes in play. That's where you have to remember that, hey, these people are just people, and people mess up sometimes. So that is kind of my mentality on the first strike, And I always tell, every time I'm forgiving, every time we're having that conversation, like every time I'm having that conversation of moving on, I always let them know that as long as we're not back here because of the same problem, we're gonna be good. You get me? We're gonna be good. As long as, like I said, okay, mistakes that are repeated are choices. At that point, you made a choice because you know what you did the first time to get you where you was at. So I expect you to try not to be in that situation again. And if you find yourself in that situation again, that is because you chose to be there again. Because you should not, like, if you hit a tree one time, you was texting on your phone and you hit a tree. You get me? Next time, you won't text your phone. You get what I'm saying? You won't text the phone. You won't pick up the phone. Or at least you would take more precautions to make sure that you're not in a situation where you're going to hit a tree again. I don't know who you are. I don't know how you operate and stuff like that. But my advice is always to give people a chance. A lot of people go around and be like, oh, if somebody shows you who they are on the first try, please believe them. And to a certain extent, it makes sense. But at the same time, you're not perfect. There's been times where you did some things that wasn't really who you are. So now imagine somebody took that and judged you off of it. If somebody just took that experience and ran with it and is now like telling everybody that that's who you are, when in all actuality, you just had a human moment. You get me? Because you're a human. You are a human and you make mistakes. So that's the same sympathy I have for others. But like I said, on the second try, if we are here about the same issue again, that's where we have a problem. Okay? So say if you are, you know, the one that's, if you are the victim, that's definitely a good way to just, you know, and just look at who you're dealing with. And I mean, of course, it also depends on what was done. You get me? I mean, like, you're not gonna put my mom in the hospital and then I'm gonna forgive you. You get what I'm saying? You have to have the discernment. That's what I say. You have to discern. You have to discern when it's appropriate to forgive and when it's not. And then it all falls down to who you are as a person. You get me? I can't tell you that, cheating is unforgivable. I can't tell you that. You know, because if your heart can't handle cheating, then your heart cannot handle that. So you gotta, you know, just like me, I have things that I can and can't handle. And like me, I am personally an advocate of positivity and love. Like, I want everybody to just be okay. If you know me in real life, you know I am a person that does not like confrontation, although it is necessary sometimes, and most of the times it is, because some people will have you messed up. Like, they take advantage of people like me, you know. I kind of eventually learned that it's actually a people-pleasing trait where I'm always trying to please somebody just for the sake of peace and positivity and joy. You know, like, I always want to stay in a good mood. I always want to be in a good mood. So I sugarcoat a lot of stuff just for the sake of keeping myself in that space. And I'm learning that sometimes you just have to talk your shit, okay? Sometimes you just gotta no, okay? Sometimes you just gotta know. Before we move, it's time to kind of dust off. So this brush is by Mauve. Also, another product I haven't released. So I'm kind of just like, you know, I'm showing you guys a few things I have not released on my website yet, so I can get a little input on, you know. But we can all agree that this eyeshadow is giving, and this vendor is getting all my money, and you guys are finna get this, okay? Y'all finna get this. It's giving. When it comes to, like, you know, when it comes to things like that, you have to discern, but always remember, the only thing I really just want to put in the back of y'all's mind is that we always got to remember that people are people, and sometimes you could be missing out on a great friendship because of a mistake somebody made, you know. So just kind of be in the business of, like, accepting people for who they are, but also remember that people are human and people are going to make mistakes. You get me? Like, people are going to make mistakes, but you decide which mistake is worth pardoning or not, you know. Like, pardon, I don't even know if pardoning is a word in English, but in French, c'est pardonner. Non, tu pardonnes. So that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, we're gonna get into some lashes. And these lashes by Mauve, the brand, available on the website, of course. So I am wearing Ohima. So if you go on my website, it's gonna be called Ohima. And the glue that I'm using is by Mauve, the brand. Sorry, I got makeup all over because my hands are dirty right now, but yes, I am using Mauve, the brand glue. So that's also available on the website. I have it in different colors. This is clear, so I have it in clear, and I have it in black as well. And lately, the clear one has been my favorite because, yeah, I just like the clear one. I always like the black one because, you know, it blends in with the dark makeup, or not the dark makeup. It blends in with the eyeliner. Well, the eyeliner is not mine. I got it from my local beauty supply. Oh, and I'm sure you guys want to know what foundation I use. I use NARS. NARS is my baby. I've been using NARS for years. NARS and Makeup Forever, or Forever Makeup. I forgot what that brand is called, but they have really good makeup. Woo! I am cute. I am a real cute. Yeah, because I've had like a few moments where, like, people were like, what the hell? Why would you let them back in your life? You know, why would you? If that were me, I would have never. And y'all, please, we're gonna get into that. Like, we're actually getting into it right now. Getting advice from people when it comes to forgiving others. I highly do not recommend. I believe that that is a personal choice. You get me? I believe that as a personal choice because let me tell you, nobody knows. Nobody has ever experienced what you have with that person. And it could be, like I said, a relationship or a friend. Nobody knows what this person brings in your life. You know, nobody really knows what this person does for you. Yes, so please, y'all, that decision process should be a personal decision. And forget what anybody has to say, like I said, because whoever is giving you that advice has no idea what your relationship, you know what. And when I say that, I mean, like, because nobody can ever experience somebody like you experience them, because we all bring a different side out of everybody. You get me? Me and you could have a mutual friend, but me and you won't have the same friendship with that person. You get what I'm trying to say? So that's why it's always critical once you try to reach for a second option, or like, you know, if like advice, like what's the word? Oh, Jesus Christ. I just don't be remembering my words. Like, but basically what I'm trying to say is, yeah, like when you're trying to have a second-hand opinion, a lot of the times that's not smart, because what a person is going to do when they give you an advice, they're going to put themselves in the situation without knowing the real details of what the situation you have with the person, without knowing what it's like to be with that person, without knowing who you are with that person. You get me? They can only speak based on their selves. So they're going to speak based on the little that they know, and they will give you advice based on that. And sometimes, you know, it could be a negative advice. You get me? Like, sometimes they'll tell you, yeah, go back to him, and he don't cheat on you like 17 times. You get me? And the only reason why somebody will even tell you that is probably because he has money. You get me? So if your homegirl tell you, yeah, just go, like, you got money, you get me? That's her speaking in her shoes. That's her speaking in her shoes, because although you've been with this man and you know this man got money and all of that, you know deep in your heart if that is something that you should keep doing or not. So that's why I always recommend people to make those decisions on their own. I have a friend of mine, and you know, she confides in me a lot. You know, she always comes and talks to me whenever she, like, you know, she's trying to do something. And sometimes I tell her, sometimes there's moments where I'll be like, you know what, I wouldn't do you a favor if I told you what I'm thinking at the moment. There are moments that are just too personal for me to give my, you know, my 2 cents. Like, there's some moments where I'll just be like, girl, to be honest, this is a situation that I know nothing about. I don't know who this person is. I don't know who this person is, but I don't know what this person does with you or to you or for you. So I feel like, you know, there's times I'll tell her, I'll just be like, I feel like you should make this decision on your own. And, you know, it's because it's like, and there's also this thing, once you include other people in your decision making of forgiving somebody or, you know, moving on and things like that, if you don't follow their advice, they judge you. You get me? It turns into judgment. It turns into, oh, I told you so, you know? And I'm somebody, I don't like that. Yo, I got a lash in my, I'm somebody, I don't like that. You get me? I don't like nobody coming to tell me, oh, I told you so. You get what I'm saying? So I encourage everybody around me to make decisions. When it's a decision that I know I have no business speaking on, I'll tell you that, hey, honey, I have no business speaking on this. You have to make your own decision. Because I feel like if I tell you what I think, then you do the opposite, I'm going to judge you. You get me? So, and we can all agree on that a lot of the time. That's when you will have bitches, you know, their friends will look at them like clowns because, you know, you're steady complaining to these friends. You're steady, you know, every time somebody did something to you, or your man or another friend did something, and you're complaining to, you're venting. Sometimes you're just venting. Sometimes you're not on the verge of letting that person go. Sometimes you're just in a moment and you need to speak to somebody else. But your friends or whoever you're venting to, that's not a psychologist, you know, anybody that you're venting to that you're not paying for it, they are going to take that information and keep it and remember it, and they're going to attach that moment to that person you're speaking of. So when you do decide to go back to that person or give another chance to that person, it results in clownery. Like, you know, your friends will start clowning you, and nobody likes to feel like that. We can all be honest. We all know that we had those moments where our friends made jokes that we didn't really find funny when it comes to topics like that, you know, like, oh yeah, I don't told her, she don't listen, you know, things like that. So I always advise to that decision process should be your own. It should be personal. It should not be included. Nobody else should be included. Not even your parents. Not even your mama. I don't care. But when it comes to one-on-one relationships with somebody, like, you know, personal relationships altogether. Like, when it comes to somebody, I personally feel like you should not, you know, you should not have anybody else telling you what to do as far as your friendship or relationship with somebody else. Because like I said, nobody knows what that person brings out of you or what you bring out of that person, vice versa. You get what I'm saying? So that is my biggest advice, actually. That is my biggest advice, because it's actually nobody's business. It ain't nobody's business. Ain't nobody's business. Just mine and my baby. This lash is giving, ain't it? Everything is giving, like the blue, the lashes. I know y'all see. Y'all go shop right now. Move the brand is that brand, okay? Don't even try it. Okay. I'll be back. Finna put on the other lash. Okay, both lashes are on, giving. So like I said, I am wearing the Style Ohima on movethebrand.com. And this is more like, you know, like the subtle dramatic queen. Like, you know, she's dramatic, but she don't want to do too much. You know, like she like a little drama, but with a little less drama, if that makes any goddamn sense. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and use my blush using my Move the Brand brush again. So, like I said, y'all better get into it. Let me know. Oh my god. Let me know. I'm really gonna need y'all's intake, you know, y'all's opinion on these products that I'm using. Like, if you guys are liking everything I'm using, let me know in the description box below so that I can put in an order, you know, because I'm really product testing. That's what I'm doing right now with my boutique. I'm product testing. So yeah, girl. So, you know, this is a little sneak peek of all the things I want to have on there, but we could just be grateful that the lashes and the lash glue and some accessories is available on the website. So y'all go ahead. Whatever route you choose when it comes to forgiving, if you're going to forgive and give a second chance, please do it with no expectations, or at least do it with expectations of getting hurt again. It's better to be ready than to not be ready. Do you get what I'm saying? So if you're going to choose to give somebody the second chance, please do so with guard. And that guard is either having no expectations or expecting them to hurt you again. Either way, it all falls in the same bag, because if they do hurt you again, you won't be surprised. You get me? You won't be surprised, and if they do hurt you again, since you didn't have any expectations, it won't touch you at all. You get what I'm saying? And now, if you're somebody who chooses to forgive from a distance, by all means, do you. That's it. By all means, do you. If that works for you, do that then. Oh shit. Do that then, because we got to protect ourselves all the times. We've got to protect ourselves all the times with these human relationships and these human interactions that a lot of times some people don't realize the hurt that they're putting you through. So you have to take the control. It's all part of taking control, you know, having expectations or not having expectations. Well, expecting someone to hurt you, that's the only expectation you should have, actually. That is the only expectations you should have when it comes to when it comes to people. You should expect them to hurt you, okay? Having high hopes, out the freaking door, because people are human. They're gonna human. Humans are gonna human. Okay, and that's not a negative mindset to have. That's a way to guard yourself. That's a way to protect yourself from, from crucial hurt. Because it's like, once you feel like, because a lot of time, and I'm telling you, that has happened to me, where I saw somebody in such a light that once they did what I never thought they would, it sent me in the hole. And it's not even what they did that sent me in the hole, is the expectation that I had on that person that sent me in the hole. So that's what I mean. You have to have the only expectations that you're supposed to have when it comes to people is that they will do you wrong. And that's not negative. You can still love people. You can still be open-hearted. You can still do all those things. But once it does happen, you're not finding yourself in a situation of crucial hurt. You're not finding yourself where you're like in a, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. You're still gonna hurt, but you're not gonna be as deep. You're not gonna shut down. You're not gonna be in a really bad space, is basically what I'm trying to say. Let me come right back. I gotta put on a lip gloss and I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, so the lip gloss we're using today is also a Mauve the brand, what's the word, prototype. It's also a prototype, so I'm gonna put this on. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about this color, because I like it. I've been using this color. That's actually my go-to lip gloss at the moment, and I get a lot of compliments on it. Might not be the best for this look, but we in there now. Oof, y'all. It's giving or it's not? Because I think it is, y'all. Ooh. I did die. Look at me. Look at me, y'all. Look at me, y'all. Look at me, y'all. But I love the color. It's giving. I think it's giving. I think I am that bitch right now. Yes. Today's moral of the story is, forgiving is a good thing. Don't ever feel bad if you are a forgiving person, because I am a forgiving person. So I'm just coming out here to let everybody know that it's okay to forgive, but just have really low expectations when it comes to people, for the sake of your health, like your mental health, your spirit, your emotional health. Because once you already expect these things from people and it happens, you're not as shattered. So if you choose to forgive somebody and give him a second chance, then give him a second chance with the expectation that you will get hurt again, right? But that doesn't mean treat them like shit, okay? I really, 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 really have to emphasize on that. That doesn't mean treat the person like shit. You have to treat them like you've always treated them. You gotta love them because you made a choice to forgive them. But the only thing that's different now is that I'm remembering that you're human. That's the thing. Now you have proven to me that you are just a person. You're not this extraordinary person I thought you were. And that's okay. That's okay, because nobody is perfect, y'all. Everybody got those moments. So you decide who is worth, or what is worth a second chance. And by all means, you can always forgive and never talk to the person again. I personally, that doesn't work for me. I don't know how to forgive and not talk to somebody again, because if I cut you off, I cut you off. And the reason why I cut you off is because I'm done with it. I'm not forgiving shit. You did what you did. You gotta go. Period. That's how it is for me. So if you see me giving somebody a second chance, that means I forgive them. And if I don't, that means I'm not forgiving you personally. And if you're like me, then you understand what I'm talking about. And that would definitely conclude today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna give y'all a little close-up on my lashes, on my on my whole glam. I think I look a little good, yes. And y'all go and support your girl. Click in my description box below and check out my website. If you like something, buy it. And again, if you would like a tutorial on this hair, I have put the link below on how I got this whole hairstyle together. I actually got a whole ponytail up here. It's not supposed to look like that, but I'm kind of feeling it like this. I'm feeling like, because I don't really like hair in my face, so Yes, y'all. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. Your girl is trying to be consistent. I hope y'all loving it because y'all finna get a little more of me on here. That's why I'm talking more, because y'all need some of me. I know y'all need me. You need a little Lux in your life. Yes, that is all today. That is all for today. I want you to have a good one, and please stick around for the next following message. Okay? All right.
Yeah. Go subscribe. Go like, comment, share. You feel me?